In a surprising and bold maneuver, President Biden has positioned the United States to challenge China's dominance in the electric vehicle industry. The announcement of a game-changing EV policy marks a pivotal moment in the global landscape, as Biden aims to dismantle the reliance on China for crucial battery materials. This strategic move signifies a significant shift in the dynamics of the EV market, setting the stage for a new era of competition and influence. The Biden administration unfolds an ambitious plan to flood the market with millions of electric vehicles, constituting a seismic shift in the country's automotive strategy. However, beneath the surface narrative lies a darker side to this policy that goes beyond the apparent push for environmental sustainability. This multifaceted approach extends beyond the realm of EVs, reaching into the geopolitical landscape by challenging China's stronghold. The plan is not solely about transforming the automotive sector. It is a calculated move to bolster American industrial might and reclaim a position of influence in the global power play. The significance of this strategy transcends the automotive industry, shaping the narrative of economic power and technological dominance on a broader scale. The recently introduced regulations by the Biden administration strategically aim at diminishing China's predominant influence in the electric vehicle market. These regulations signify a determined effort to redefine the dynamics of the EV industry by altering the geographical landscape of its crucial components. A primary focus of these regulations is to direct the production of batteries, the lifeblood of EVs, from China to the United States. By doing so, the administration seeks to reduce dependency on China for essential battery materials, thereby challenging China's long-standing dominance in this critical aspect of the EV supply chain. The emphasis on shifting battery production and materials to the U.S. holds profound implications for the geopolitical landscape. It is not merely an economic maneuver, but a strategic move with geopolitical ramifications. The Biden administration's decision to repatriate battery production aligns with broader geopolitical goals, aiming to strengthen American industrial capabilities and decrease reliance on external powers. This shift may not only alter the balance of power in the EV market, but also influence global dynamics, especially in the context of the intensifying competition between the United States and China for technological and economic supremacy. The broader impact of the global EV industry is noteworthy, as the USA endeavors to assert its influence by reshaping the production landscape. It could stimulate a ripple effect, encouraging other nations to reconsider their reliance on China-made components. This move has the potential to trigger a realignment of global alliances and partnerships in the EV sector. The new regulations, therefore, extend beyond domestic policy considerations, playing a pivotal role in the intricate web of international relations and economic interdependencies within the rapidly evolving EV industry. The impact of the Biden administration's comprehensive push against Chinese companies reverberates across the global EV landscape. The decision to tie federal tax credits to sourcing materials from the USA delivers a significant blow to Chinese firms deeply entrenched in the EV supply chain. By conditioning tax incentives on using American-sourced components, the administration not only introduces a strong economic deterrent, but also alters the competitive landscape for Chinese companies. This move is not merely about promoting domestic industries, it is about a deliberate attempt to curtail China's influence on the American EV market. The financial ramifications are compounded by the double whammy of restrictions on using Chinese or Russian materials in battery factories within the USA. This not only challenges the existing business models of Chinese companies, but also forces them to reconsider their supply chain strategies. The restrictions impose a limit on to the extent to which foreign suppliers, especially those from China, can participate in the crucial phase of battery production. Consequently, these measures tighten the screws on Chinese companies, urging them to adapt to the evolving regulatory environment or face a considerable setback in their participation in the American EV market. The new regulations usher in a series of challenges for automakers, prompting them to rethink their strategies in the face of this regulatory overhaul. Automakers already grappling with the monumental task of transitioning their factories to accommodate EV production now face an additional layer of complexity. The pressure to adhere to sourcing regulations and reduce reliance on Chinese materials necessitates a reevaluation of their entire supply chain. These regulations are catalysts for potential transformations in the manufacturing landscape of cars, especially EVs. Automakers are compelled to explore alternative sources for materials and components, fostering a shift in their production practices. The intricacies of navigating these new rules might lead to a reimagining of how cars are made, with a renewed emphasis on domestic sourcing and a departure from long-standing dependencies on foreign suppliers. The regulations act as a driving force of innovation and adaptation within the automotive industry, signaling a paradigm shift that extends beyond compliance to a reshaping of the industry's operational norms. The new regulations introduced by the Biden administration carry significant implications for consumers, particularly concerning the eligibility of electric cars for federal subsidies. As the administration makes a power move to shift the direction of the EV industry, there's a deliberate and delicate balance between boosting American influence and creating challenges for both automakers and consumers alike. The regulations could potentially make it tougher for electric cars to qualify for federal subsidies, introducing a layer of complexity to the consumer landscape. The administration's aim to shift the EV industry's direction aligns with its broader agenda to reduce reliance on foreign countries, especially China, and assert American dominance in this burgeoning sector. While this move is driven by strategic considerations, it raises questions about how these changes will impact consumers. The potential tightening of eligibility for federal subsidies may influence the affordability and accessibility of electric cars, directly affecting consumer choices in the evolving market. Unraveling the motivations behind President Biden's agenda for electric vehicles reveals a multifaceted strategy. Beyond the apparent goal of reducing dependence on foreign nations, especially China, there are hidden benefits for the administration amid the electric vehicle boom. The complex interplay between political interests, environmental concerns, and consumer preferences creates a nuanced landscape that Biden's agenda seeks to navigate. The administration's push for EVs aligns with environmental objectives, projecting a commitment to sustainable transportation and reduced carbon emissions. However, beneath the surface, there's a recognition that the EV market holds substantial economic potential. The federal government's investments in EVs can stimulate job growth, technological innovation, and economic development, positioning the United States as a global leader in the rapidly expanding EV industry. The administration's agenda, therefore, represents a strategic convergence of environmental stewardship, economic interests, and the pursuit of geopolitical advantage. Understanding this complex relationship is crucial to deciphering the motivations behind the policies shaping the future of the automotive industry. The landscape of electric vehicle adoption is not without its challenges, and the Biden administration's push for EVs faces hurdles, particularly in colder regions. Electric vehicles face practical difficulties in colder climates, where batteries tend to perform less efficiently. The slower-than-expected sales of EVs, despite substantial investments from automakers, raise questions about consumer readiness to embrace this new technology. As the administration introduces new rules that could potentially make it tougher for electric cars to qualify for federal subsidies, the challenges in EV adoption become more pronounced. Automakers, responding to the evolving market dynamics, find themselves grappling with slower sales and the need to reevaluate their strategies. Despite significant offers to promote EVs, the market response has been slower than anticipated, prompting automakers to reassess their production plans and adjust to the changing landscape. The impact of these changes on subsidies and the variety of EVs available in the market adds another layer of complexity, influencing the choices available to consumers. In September 2023, the European Union initiated a noteworthy investigation, signaling a significant move in global dynamics within the electric vehicle market. The EU's decision to explore potential tariffs on Chinese electric cars reflects a commitment to ensuring fair competition and leveling the playing field in the industry. This investigation is not merely a routine examination, but a proactive step by the EU to address concerns about Chinese electric cars being sold at lower prices due to hefty government subsidies. The EU's perspective revolves around the need for fair competition, where tariffs could potentially neutralize any advantages gained through subsidies, fostering a more level playing field. The investigation covers all battery-powered cars made in China, encompassing not only Chinese brands, but also non-Chinese brands like Tesla, Renault, and BMW. The EU's move underscores a global effort to shape the dynamics of the electric vehicle market, prompting reflections on trade practices, competition, and the role of the government's support in influencing market outcomes. The implications of these global dynamics will undoubtedly reverberate throughout the industry, impacting manufacturers, consumers, and the overall trajectory of the electric vehicle market.